Robert. I'm going to be talking to y'all how to pretty much use a multimeter and a test light to test for open circuits and voltage drops and ohms, resistance, and such. So first thing you want to do if you're working on a test board like this, you want to make sure you got power. Just because your light's on doesn't mean you will have power. So you'll just take your gator clip to the negative and check to see if the bulb lights up. So we got power to the board, so we'll just go around to each individual spot and go into the relay, power from the relay, you're good there. Power to the switch, you're good there. Now if you turn it on, you should get power from the relay and the switch and the motor. So we're gonna turn that off. That's how you use a test light, and you can actually use it on a vehicle as well. Now to test to see if you got voltage, you're gonna turn on your multimeter to volts. Make sure change range to volts. Right here. You're going to make sure it's 0 out. Then you're going to want to go around to each individual. Just put in your ground, and it should come up. Unless I'm in the wrong spot. Not getting no volts. There we go. Got roughly about fluctuating to about 7 volts to the switch, about 7 volts coming to the motor, about 7 volts as well to the relay, about 7 volts as well. So going on, check for ohms. You're gonna unplug and check the actual component directly for your ohms read, which should give you a reading. There we go, which is about 37 ohms. And then going into milliamps, plug your component back up directly from the ground, and you can do one of 2 ways. You can keep your line in, or you can pull the line out, and you can test from the relay to the component itself. It should give you a reading. If you have the component on. Maybe we have to go from the component itself. Not getting the readings. Which was a 0.1. Finally got a reading on it, but Now to perform a voltage drop, you're going to go back to volts. Make sure you're going to check your lines, make sure that you're on volts, which you should get a reading. Then do a voltage drop. You're going to cross the lines. You're going to put the ground in the positive, and you're going to go around to each individual to get a reading, which was about 0.2, 0.3, and you're going to keep following to each individual spot. You want to stay within 0.2 voltage drop range, which is good, which we're pretty much in a good spot. So you're going to keep going around to each individual component, and you should be getting the same voltage drop in every spot, because this board goes off of a 13.8 volts, so you should be roughly within the 13.8 volts, depending on you're dividing that up to each in the component on whatever components you're wired up. So that's how you perform a voltage test on a single switch relay with a motor.